Hello, Internet. It is on Malik Aaron, and welcome to my Winter 2020 box office predictions. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 2019 is no more. We are now in the year of 2020, and what better way to kick off the new year than to talk about a piece of crap horror remake that nobody asked for? Yeah, we're talking about The Grudge 2020. And to my knowledge, there have been at least four remakes in the past 3 months. So, Hollywood, I know you're not listening to this, but if someone over there is, let me give you some words. Let me just give you some words. Listen, I know you're not going to stop with remakes because apparently creating new ideas is just too hard. But can you at least slow down with these remakes? Can you at least space them out a little? Because having them come out one after the other, like on an assembly line, is getting annoying and ridiculous. So stop it. Just stop it. Because I'm really starting to get pissed off about it. But anywho, yes, The Grudge, the second Americanized remake of the original Japanese movie. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons of The Grudge 2020. So let's get to it. Pros, the cast is not too bad. I mean, the main ones that I recognize. There's John Cho. You may recognize him as Sulu from the J.J. Abrams new Star Trek movies before J.J. left to do Star Wars, and then they made what was it, Beyond, and that flopped, and it's the whole thing's kind of in limbo right now, so that's not good. But he definitely wasn't a problem in those movies. And you got Lin Shane, who you may recognize from the highly successful Insidious series. So yeah, having her in this movie will definitely help. Uh, yeah, the cast is okay. Another pro is that this is based off of a very famous brand in horror. It's not like some obscure horror movie that nobody ever heard of. I mean, the original U.S. remake of The Grudge, back in 2004 with Sarah Michelle Gellar. That movie was a huge hit. Like, it made serious money for such a low budget. So it's clear that, you know, most horror fans know what The Grudge is, and because they see something and it says, "Oh, The Grudge," then they might want to see it. I mean, that's just how it is sometimes. You put a brand name on something, people are gonna flock to it, even if it is a piece of crap. I mean, that's how The Lion King made $1.6 billion. Anywho, ignoring that. Another pro is, for some odd reason, I've never quite figured this out, but Hollywood just loves to put a horror movie on like the first weekend of the year. Why they do this, I don't know, but it works. I mean, like in 2012, they did it with The Devil Inside. That movie opened to like 33 million, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but for January standards and horror standards, that's fantastic. So ever since then, it's just been pretty much that. I mean, the year after that, there was like Texas Chainsaw 3D, and then there was that Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, and then Woman in Black 2, and then The Forest from 2016, and then Bye Bye Man from 2017. What else was after that? Oh, Insidious: The Last Key. That was a big one, 2018. And then last year, we had Escape Room, which did very well. So the first weekend of January is very lucrative for horror. So it makes sense that Sony would put it on this weekend, from the financial side. And that's about it with the pros. Cons. Con number one, nobody asked for this. Like, who was really clamoring for a remake of The Grudge? Like, just like how people really didn't clamor for a remake of Black Christmas. We all know how that did. It did awful. And while this movie will no doubt do better because it's a bit more broad, I don't see this doing great either because, again, no one really asked for this. This just feels like, again, an assembly line product. This doesn't feel like, real love was put into this. I feel like Sony wanted to make a quick buck, and so they just, okay, let's make another Grudge movie. Why? Because money. That's pretty much how it went. At least that's what I'm presuming. And the thing is, another con is that the Grudge series is really irrelevant now when you really look at it. I mean, the first US movie, the first US remake of The Grudge, like back when, like J horror remakes, Japanese horror, they were such a fad back in the day. I mean, you got like The Ring, The Grudge, there were a couple others, but The Ring and The Grudge were the big ones. And, the first US Grudge did great. The second one did not. It did pretty lousy. So lousy that the third Grudge movie was released direct to DVD. Yeah, when you're going from like the highest of highs to direct to DVD, that's bad. That's just terrible. And actually, a movie I can compare this to, sorta, is Rings. Remember Rings from 2017? The only thing you might remember from the Rings, that movie, was its advertising. Apparently had like this very viral prank. Like extremely viral prank. But that was the only thing people remembered out of it because the movie was forgettable and it didn't really make any money. At least any substantial money. So I feel like a similar fate is going to happen to this for that same reason. Because, again, who is asking for these? Who is demanding these? Why are you waiting so long to even remake these in the first place? Like, it's just... Yeah, I don't understand Hollywood's logic sometimes. So, now we got all that out of the way. Predictions! Opening weekend. Now, predicting horror movies can be very hit or miss. Sometimes, it overperforms. Sometimes it underperforms. So this is a little hard. But my official prediction for The Grudge is a opening weekend, 3-day weekend of 10 to 15 million total. And then a final total of 20 to 30 million. I think this movie is going to be extremely front-loaded because from what I've heard, the movie's awful. Like, critics hate it. Early audience scores I've seen despise it. Like, it's probably going to get like a D or an F cinema score. That's how low it is. So, yeah. This will definitely be a one-week wonder, and then it will just die. Like that. Just like a lot of January horror movies. It's not even going to be number one because Rise of Skywalker is going to be number one. So it has to deal with that. And yeah, honestly, I really don't care about this movie. I'm ready to move on. So yeah, Grudge 2020. That's it. Curse you ads. I hate ads. So what's next? Oh yeah, a bunch of stuff. We got 4 movies coming out. 2 wide and 2 that expand. We got Like a Boss. We got Underwater. That movie's gonna bomb. I'm guaranteeing it. 1917, which has gotten a decent amount of hype. And Just Mercy are coming out next weekend. So I guess the first one I'll do is 1917 because I'm doing it in like an alphabetical order. And then I'll do Just Mercy, then Like a Boss, then Underwater, and yeah. Then we go on from there, going through January. You got Bad Boys for Life, Doolittle. No one's going to watch Doolittle. They're just not. The Last Full Measure, don't even know what that is. The Gentleman, The Run, The Turning, Gretel and Hansel, Rhythm Select Section, like, I'm just waiting for Sonic the Hedgehog. That's the only thing I really want to talk about, but I gotta get through a bunch of crap first. And it sucks. Okay, well, 1917 is not crap. Okay, that movie I'm actually interested in. But everything else is just bleh to me. Not really invested. So yeah, that's it. That's all. I want to go check out some of my past predictions. I made holiday 2019 predictions. They're on the homepage now. Go check those out. I'm I will do my December 2019 recap. I'm just kind of waiting for this weekend's numbers to come out. That way, I have a clearer picture of some of these movies. And yeah, that's it. That's all. And I am out.